All right, so this is an exciting week at BELLSHOALS. Caroline and some of the team are already up at Camp Kalakwa getting ready for camp, and I believe the rest of the team is heading up there tomorrow. So let's go check in with them and see what they're up to. Morgan? Lewis? John? So if anybody knows what's going on, it's probably Sam Allen, our Apollo Beach worship leader.
Hello?
Hey, where are you guys?
Tim, I'm at camp.
Wait, I thought everybody was going up tomorrow.
Tim, everyone is here at camp.
What about the students and kids?
Tim, everyone is here at camp.
Well, it appears that everybody left for camp except for me, so... Welcome to camp.
You did not give up, and listen, they caught us off guard. We were ready, and you dug in and you overcame. Great job. It's all about being part of a team and working as one team. Everyone pulling in the same direction. One mission, and that's what tug of war is teaching these kids right now. We're better together. We're stronger together. Let's go!
You know, one of the really cool things about camp is that we get a really good look at different people at different stages in their spiritual journey taking their next step. For some of our kids and students, it's their first time worshiping with us. For some of the kids and students, it's their first time connecting, getting involved in community and small groups where they can talk about God's word, where they can do life together, where they can get together with different people in a similar life age and life stage as them, where they can find that God has not created us to do life alone, but to do it in community with each other. For some people here at camp, it's their first time serving and being a part of what God is doing through serving here at camp, whether that be as a leader, as just even a person who's setting out the snacks, whether that be as somebody who's running production or being involved with the worship team. There's all kinds of different ways that people are serving here at camp. There are even people who have partnered with us financially by giving money to help students and kids that aren't able to afford to go to camp to be able to go. What's really cool is those people who took their next step in partnering with us financially have opened the door for kids and students to be able to take their next step. So there's all kinds of ways here at Camp Kalakwa that people are taking their next step, but it doesn't stop here. It continues when we get back home. We're always reminded of the fact that God is not done with us yet. So no matter what you're going through today, there's always a next step for you. If we can help you in any way, you can always text BELLSHOALS to 77411.
This might be the year for you to take your next step. And that's gonna look different for a lot of different people, but we all have a next step. Maybe you've been watching online for a while and it's time for you to come into an actual service and meet some people. Maybe you're ready to connect to a life group and really start to build relationships. Maybe you've been coming to church your whole life and you feel like God is calling you to do something bigger and that He's not done with you yet. But you don't know what that is. The most important thing is that you know God has a plan for you and that He has a path for you and that you take your next step. We would love to help you figure out what that is if you're not sure. We have this thing called a Next Steps lunch. You can come to that lunch, get a free meal, meet our team, ask questions, and we would love to help you figure out what that is. But even if you're like, no, I don't want to come and meet a bunch of people, you can still text our team by texting BELLSHOALS to 77411. This might be the year for you to take your next step.
So speaking of next steps, it's time that I take one of my next steps.
And then our kids and student camps will be going to Camp Kalakwa. And I mean, who doesn't love a good blob? You know what I mean?
See, I didn't even know what the BLOB was until I visited Camp Kalakwa one time. I still haven't done it yet. I don't know if I can maybe...
I'll pull some strings. We'll figure it out. Operation Get Tim on a Blob.
Operation Get Tim on a Blob.
Yeah.
I need to get blobbed.
I will blob you so high.
See, I think we picked the right guy for the job. I just don't know if I'm glad that we picked the right guy for the job yet.
You're glad. You only want to get blobbed by a professional.
See, I mean, but here's the thing though. Like when you take your next step, I think sometimes there's opportunity for baby steps. And I think I was leaning more baby step.
No, sometimes you just got to jump in.
So it's just big step.
Big step.
Big step, big jump, big blob.
Big man.
Was that thunder? Did you hear that? You jumped from that one? It's a little high, isn't it?
Is this thing even regulation? I think that's algae. No, not gonna do it. Maybe next year. There's always next year, right? So if we're honest, sometimes our next step doesn't always look the way that maybe we thought it would look like. But just because each one of us is on our own journey, it doesn't mean that we have to do it alone. So if there's anything we can do to help you at BELLSHOALS, you can always text BELLSHOALS to 77411. So my question for you today is, what's your next step?